Welcome to my re-upload. Yeah, so I just made a video on coal farming and save the world and how you can go around Crackshot's neighborhood searching all the presents and you can get lots and lots of coal and power cells. And there were a couple of errors in that video. I mean, there's like a small editing mistake because I didn't think that I needed to edit it. I had forgotten about it by the end of the video. And the run itself was flawed. Like, it wasn't flawed in the sense that you're not going to get a ton of coal. It's still perfectly fine for that. But I was going a lot off of stream chat and everybody said, yeah, this is good. This is where all the presents are. And I was like, are you sure? And they were like, yeah. So I sent the video and then got flooded with comments in the morning of you missed this or you missed this or you missed this. So I decided to redo the run. And yeah, so I'm going to speed run through my loadout quick here because I already showed this in the last video, but this is just my recommendation. You don't need this loadout. Flash AC is really, really nice for phase shift. Blast from the Past is really nice for Story and Focus because you're going to need lots of energy. And then Story and Instinct is essentially filler. You're not going to take that much damage. This is a pacifist run. You're going to want to try to avoid enemies as much as possible. Unfortunately, in the run that I'm about to show you, I hit more enemies than I would have liked, and it slowed me down a lot. But Phase Scout Jess is great for increasing that maximum charge. And again, if you don't have any of these heroes, just pick whatever you find that works for you. Recon Scout Eagle Eye gives you an extra movement speed bonus. And then Fleet is just my go-to. But it's my understanding that Dire is always active because pretty much every time I've ran this, it's been nighttime. So Dire might have been better. It doesn't really matter because, like I said in the last video, Dire would make... it would shave seconds off of your run. So if you get really, really into speedrunning this, then I guess that's something that might matter, but ultimately it's not going to make too big of a difference. So let's start the run and show what happens. So you always seem to spawn in the exact same spot. And before we even get anywhere, somebody commented, I don't know if this is really worth your time, but there is one more present on that windmill. The one time I tried to build up to it, I broke the windmill with my builds. It's probably not time efficient to go out of your way for it. In this case, I was trying to punch the tree. That can save you a little bit of time, but with that second punch, you can break a present, so careful with that. And somebody also asked if Clip can make this run better. She cannot, because Clip doubles the amount of loot, or at least, has a 100% chance of giving you more loot for every item that you use your anti-material charge on, which is not what we're doing. So this is the first edit to the run. In the first case, I was running over to these houses, but I completely missed the fact there's a giant hole down here with a lot of presents, and I'm going to search them. So there's so many enemies here that it's worth skipping ahead, but you get the idea. You search the presents and then you get out of the hole. Yeah, at this point I'm just fighting because they were a real nuisance. If you do encounter that many zombies, I highly recommend throwing a drone, not a shock tower like I did. I like to grab the ammo crates, and you can grab that shadow shard if it's something that you need. But here's another addition to the run, is punching through the wall. That'll save you a little bit of time. You can search all these presents. This is one of the better houses, and it's exactly what it says on the tin. There's a lot more presents. And this is also another edit to the run. In this house, I went through the back in the video. I was able to actually edit that and show you that you can just punch straight through the wall and go straight in. This is, again, a case where the zombies were quite rude to me. So shock towers and drones can help a lot here, but I think you get the idea. You can't search that furnace, or I'm a Minecraft player. You can't search the fireplace. It won't give you any coal. Run to this left house, and again, the zombies gave me a lot of trouble, but there can be a present outside next to that post office van, and this is me just starting around like, come on guys, leave me alone. So searching these two presents right outside the house is really nice to do. And then this is the fireplace that can give you coal. It's not 100%. I usually like to grab all those ammo crates, like I said in the last video, but I farmed so much in the last video that I'm now full on ammo. So if you need ammo, then this is a great run to top off, but you don't really need to grab those if you don't want. As you can see, just run to the last house and grab all those presents. Now, this is where the second addition to the run comes from. And when I saw what we missed here, I had to re-record this because typically, let me back it up quick. While I've got the wide shot, I went through the post office and then through the department store. However, if you run to the left, there's a very, obviously decorated shack here. There's like a dozen presents in here. You can get, well, a dozen extra coal per run. There's 4 on this shelf, 4 on the next shelf, and 4 on the other one. I'm not going to make you watch me search all of these, but definitely go to this shack. And then another thing that I missed is when you go around the outside, there's 2 more presents on the other side of the wall. I was not aware of that. Now, there could be more presents littered throughout the map, but I am going to call this run efficient enough to where it is worth your time to just follow what I'm doing here, and you will get plenty of coal. If there are more presents throughout the map that you end up finding, then congratulations. You are a proud winner of more presents, but I don't really think it's worth re-recording this video for a second time. I just figured that this was way too much extra loot for me to not publish. So I'm going to unlist my other video. I'll link it below if you're curious. I mean, you can watch it. I'm not embarrassed or anything. It's just, this is a better run, and I don't need that video getting views when this one exists. And then, of course, lastly, with the department store, search the top one first. I actually have a clip, I'm not going to show it, but where I accidentally searched the bottom one, and it will destroy the present on top. Kill the gnome, and I always like to grab this extra ammo crate. Again, if you're topping off on ammo, it's nice. You don't need it. As you can see on the left-hand side, light bullets are the only thing I'm out of. And this is the very, very last thing that I showed in the other video as well. This is certainly just an Easter egg. This is much like that windmill. It is not time efficient to go out of your way for this, but down here underneath this shack, there is one more present. So last time I ran a bunch of zombies in here, nothing too big of a deal there, but one more present and a couple of gingerbread people waiting for us. So yeah, definitely not worth running to this underground, because look, I'm 4 minutes into the run, and let me see when I searched my very last present. I'm actually curious, just for the video right here. Yeah, so you can save about 30 seconds, which is a quarter of the run, which is a quarter. It's 1/8 of the run. So you can be 12% faster if you don't go out of your way. But yeah, this is much like this the dungeon speedrunning video, where seconds do matter if you're going to be running this over and over and over. So if you need lots of coal, there's your route. If you guys want to support the channel, feel free to use code Mista at your checkout. I apologize for having to do this. I typically like to be pretty well polished in my videos. I figured with like 100 people in stream chat, these kind of mistakes wouldn't happen. But without further ado, I'm going to call it the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day. Enjoy your coal farming.